Try your very best to control your emotions, right? That is something that women want from a man. They don't want a man who is like them. They don't want a man who is constantly emotional, right? Who's constantly crying or complaining about things that doesn't really matter, right? The more that you complain about something, the more it takes control of your head, right? And instead of trying to fix that situation, you're so focused on talking about that situation. And the more that you talk about the situation, the harder it is for you to fix that situation, because you're constantly thinking about talking about it, right? You're constantly thinking about what other people are going to think about you speaking about it, right? As a man, it's very important that you try your very best to control your emotions, to control your anger, to control what you got going on inside your mind, right? 90% of the problems that come within our lives comes from within our mind, right? For example, if you got a car payment of $120, right? Are you going to let it affect your day? Are you going to complain about it? Or are you going to find a way to make $120 so you can make that payment, right? It all comes down to how do you go about your life on a day-to-day basis, right? What is your mentality on a day-to-day basis, right? Because if you're constantly thinking about complaining, if you're constantly complaining about your situation, you are never going to get out of your situation, right? When you work in a warehouse, whether it's FedEx or Amazon, notice how the people who work there for a very long time are the ones who are always complaining about their situation, right? It's because they're stuck in a loop. They're stuck in a time loop, literally, right? They don't realize that the more that they speak negativity in their lives, the more that they're stuck in their situation. They're stuck in their minds. They're stuck in the devil's grasp, right? That's what the devil wants each and every one of us to do. He wants us to complain. He wants us to be stuck in the past, right? He wants us to forever be miserable within ourselves, to talk bad about ourselves, to disrespect ourselves, right? When all we have to do is just look forward. When all we have to do is just continue striving forward, continue moving forward, continue doing what we have to do in order to get closer to him, right? All you have to do is just be consistent with what you got going on. There is no point of complaining about the situation that you're in right now, right? If you started an online business, if you just started it a month ago, I guarantee that you're not going to be making that much money. Why? Because you don't have that much experience, right? Same thing as playing basketball. I guarantee that you're not going to make 70% of your three-pointers if you just started playing a month ago. Why? Because you don't have that much experience, and that experience comes from consistency, being consistent of what you're doing in your day-to-day basis, right? Consistency can either bring out a negative output or a positive output, and what I mean by that is if you're consistent with being, disciplined, right? Consistent with going to the gym, consistent with reading the Bible, right? You will elevate yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. But if you're consistent with complaining, if you're consistent with talking negatively, if you're consistent with being sad and being all up in your emotions, you will start to attract bad things in your life. You will start to be held in the devil's grasp. Why? Because you're constantly thinking about negative things. Why? Because you're constantly being consistent with negative things, right? What do you want to be consistent with? What is it that you want in life? What is it that you want out of life, right? Ask yourself these questions. Because the more that you think about something, the more it's going to happen. The more it's going to take control of your head, right? And take control of your life eventually. Why? Because you keep thinking about that certain moment. I noticed within my life that the more that I think about something, and if it's negative, the more that I think about running away from it or trying to avoid that situation, the more it actually happens, right? And the reason for that is because of the fact that I'm realizing that I'm using the law of attraction in the wrong way, right? The more that you think about something, the more you're going to get it. But at the same time, the more that you think about avoiding something, the more it's going to happen, right? And like I said, the reason for that is the way of the use of law of attraction, right? How you use your mind will affect your life, right? If you're constantly thinking about avoiding lust, if you're constantly thinking about fleeing from lust, the more it's actually going to affect you. But if you constantly think about Jesus Christ, if you constantly think about getting closer to God, you are going to get closer to God. That's how powerful your mind is. And it's beautiful, bro. Your mind is literally beautiful, and people don't realize that. People don't understand that, right? They don't understand that enough. They think that we are all slaves, right? They think that there is no way out and that we're stuck in some type of simulation. But literally the only way that you can get out of this so-called simulation is just by using your mind, right? That's what ex-tentacion, that's what he was trying to teach each and every one of us, or trying to not teach but tell each and every one of us to literally use our minds. That's all we have to do. Use our minds. Think, bro. Like, we have the ability to create phones. We have the ability to create cars, to create, buildings and houses. We have the ability to create so many things. Why? Because we are made in God's image, right? And God is known for creating things. And so he made us in his image in order to create things as well, right? And because of the free will that he gave each and every one of us, we have the ability to create things that either get us closer to him or move us further away from him, right? That's what happened in Leviticus, right? In Deuteronomy, right? When the Israelites, they created idols and statues, right? And they worshiped them over God, right? And therefore God punished each and every one of them for using their free will the wrong way, for using their minds the wrong way. So ask yourself, how are you using your mind? Are you using your mind to create things? And if you are using your mind to create things, are you creating things for great or good? Are you creating things to help people, or are you creating things just for your own benefit, right? Ask yourself these questions, bro. Try your very best to figure out the type of person that you are inside. But God gave you this heart, God gave you this mind for a specific reason, and I believe that, right? Each and every one of us, we are made in this image, right? And the reason that we are placed on earth is to do great things. All we got to do is just use our minds, man. We just have to use our minds and understand that no matter what the devil throws at us, no matter how many situations we've been in that were made to bring us down, we will get out of that situation due to the grace of God and due to the knowledge that we possess from him. Think positively about yourself, and positive things will come into your life, right? Use the law of attraction, use the law of abundance, understanding that if you lose something, you will get another one. Why? Because you are blessed. Each and every one of us are blessed in our own ways. We just don't realize that because of the fact that we are so focused on the negative things. We're so focused on the things that we don't have instead of focusing on the things that we have, right? We have clothing, right? You have a phone, right? You are able to obtain knowledge from me through a cellular device, right? You are able to have ears to listen to this video. You are able to have a roof over your head. You are able to go to work. All of these things are blessings that God has given us. But we're so wrapped up in our head, we're so wrapped up in our emotions that we don't realize it. Think positively of yourself, and positive things will come into your life. with that being said, I'm going.